Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, I thought it was about time to do a recipe. Got the Vitamix here and I'm going to do a green soup recipe. I haven't made a green soup in ages and I don't know why. Just haven't done it. So I thought I would do this today. Now it might have been well advised for me to do a practice run first because one, I haven't made this recipe in ages, and two, I've never made it in the Vitamix. Now the Vitamix is a great machine, but it's taking a little bit of getting used to. There's different, each machine is different. If I make something in my NutriBullet, it's different from my old cheapo blender that I used to have, which is different from my Ninja. And quite frankly, I used to make my soup in my old cheapo blender. So one thing I'm gonna be doing differently here is I used to build my soup in that one. The Vitamix, I'm finding it works a little bit better to just go ahead and get your ingredients in there and then let it all go. So we're gonna see what happens here on not the maiden voyage of the Vitamix, but the maiden voyage of making something on camera with the Vitamix. All right, I've already got everything prepared, so this doesn't have to be all drawn out. I've got a tomato cut up. Actually a little bit more than a tomato because there were some bad parts on the tomato, so I cut up two, so maybe about a tomato and a half, or maybe it's just a regular medium tomato. Cucumber. I'm already seeing something. I may have to do a little blending just because I'm going to have to get some of this stuff down. I may not have enough room in the beginning until I do some blending. All right, now we're going to go with spinach. Nice big handful of spinach there. And basil, my favorite. There's no such thing as too much basil for me. I always kind of laugh a little bit when I see a recipe that calls for 3 leaves of basil. I love basil. I'll probably end up with as much basil as I have spinach in there. Now let's get a little bit more spinach in there. All right. Now I got a little small onion here. I've just cut it up into quarters. Going to put in. I've got 2 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic. I like garlic. I could have actually probably gone 3 for me, but I toned it down. Now, just for a little bit of a saltiness taste, I'm just going to put like a little splash of Bragg's in. Whew, I'm almost out of stuff. I'm going to put a little cayenne pepper in here, but I'm about at the bottom of the thing. A little cayenne. And a little smoked paprika. Now let's give that a little water. And let's see what happens. Like I say, I'm kind of still learning the machine. I'm readjusting to doing this recipe, so how Okay, now one little thing I am going to do that I still used to do is I'm going to add the avocado at the end because I wanted it to get that creamy. I didn't want it to like get too blended with the avocado, so we're going to add the avocado in. And you can probably, depending on how much you like, you can get away with half an avocado. I just don't generally eat half an avocado. That's kind of sinful to me. I might not eat an avocado tomorrow. I didn't eat an avocado yesterday, but when I want an avocado, I want an avocado. Do none of this halves, putting stuff in the refrigerator. Not with avocado, are you kidding me? But it's all good if you want to. This is a good one. And these, I got three nice size ones for, how many were these? 3 for $2. All right. Let's finish it off. Get it nice and creamy. not using exact recipes, we're going to taste a little bit here. And then I go back and I do adjustments with my, with my smoked paprika, maybe a little bit more cayenne. Damn, I'm pretty good. Or the Vitamix is pretty good. All right. I don't have a lot in the way of small bowls here, so I'm just going to rinse out that bowl that I had the stuff cut up in. We're going to have it out of here. The one thing I could have done, now this is going to be good, do not get me wrong, but the one thing I could have done is probably going a little lighter on the water. But this is good stuff. Now what I like in here, and here's where, blah, 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 I'm tongue-tied. Here's the cool thing about green soup. You could use different greens. You could use a different herb if you like. I've used dill before. I would like to try some cilantro in there. Another thing I like to do, and I'm going to use it right now, I got some corn here. I've got a couple of ears of corn, and I'm just going to sprinkle some on there. Because I like my green soup and I like a little texture in there. Or you can cut up some vegetables in there. That works really well too. I've done that before. Mix it up. There's been times, and I might have to do that this week because it's been a long time, and I've got avocado. I used to make I couldn't decide if I wanted a soup, green soup, or if I wanted salad, so I would have both. I would make a big salad, and basically this was my dressing, and I just poured it over, so I had tons and tons of greens and the good stuff here. But anyhow, that corn's gonna make it really nice. One last little touch that I like. Black pepper. Just a little bit of black pepper to finish it off. And there you go. I mean, it's not it's not rocket science. It's not the most complicated recipe. It's not the best recipe ever in the world, but it's good stuff. I'll tell you, I went through periods when, like I said, I don't know why I got away from the green soup, but there was a period there where I'd eat green soup 3 or 4 nights a week. Now, probably then, as much as I make fun of half an avocado, I was eating half an avocado in some of those, but I was probably doing a little bit more fat back then. But the point of the matter being is this is some good stuff. That's definitely gonna hit the spot. So keep things fresh. Get yourself a few simple recipes. This used to be in my regular rotation all the time. Like I say, a salad one night, a green soup, salad, noodles, blah, blah, blah. Good stuff. But also, like I say, my recipes are not my forte, and I play around with amounts, and I probably use different amounts every time. So feel free to do that yourself and just play in the kitchen. When you see anybody's recipe, you don't necessarily have to follow it to the letter that they did it. You got different taste buds. Use it as an idea. Use it as a tool. And then you're not so confined to, oh God, how much was that? I have this exact amount down. Just use a little bit of common kitchen sense. It's not like I have a great background in the kitchen, but I can feed myself. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll hit that subscribe button over there and click the little bell next to it and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. And I hope you're having a great day. Love you guys. Peace.